Hello, we are live. Let me check my YouTube. Okay, we are streaming on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So everything looks good. Yeah, so today, this is our first session in daily vertical deep down, where we discuss about one vertical at a time, how OmniSaaS Global provide solution for that specific vertical. So our first vertical is restaurant business. So today I'm gonna start my session with restaurant vertical. So there are some facts that I would like to bring to your attention before I jump into the solution or what we are providing as a marketing platform. So bring my screen. All right, some facts about restaurants. So there are some facts that we need to shed light on before jumping into a restaurant vertical marketing solution. The first fact is restaurants operate in low margin. So pretty much they are getting 3 to 10% margin. That is very, very low, that you need to understand. So pretty much out of one food, if that costs them like $30, if the client pays, or they order online and charge it $30, around about 3 to 10% is their profit margin. So they are pretty much tight, as you can see here. So they have expenses, primarily labor, rent, and food supplies that consume majority of the revenue that they are operating on. So they are very, very tiny when it comes to profit margin. So the other factor that determines or play a big role on their profit margin is third-party apps like UberEats, DoorDash, and Grab. They just eat their revenue like around about 50 to 30%. That has huge impact. Basically, they rely on third-party apps for their food delivery and pretty much to get the traffic. So that's like big, I would say, margin determining factor. Imagine if you can like retain this and how it's gonna impact your profit margin. So this is another fun fact that the restaurants are dealing with. They're giving away like 50 to 30% of their revenue. And the other one is customer data is equivalent to real asset, basically. So if they maintain their customers' data, for example, in some way or form, they capture their customers' information, that directly correlated with their real asset. They're just nothing without their customers. So this is fun fact. If you don't have if you don't maintain list of your customers, pretty much you are on the floating, basically. So this customer data corresponds to the real asset. So some smart restaurants pretty much maintain list of their customers. So their email list, SMS list, loyalty tracking. So there are so many marketing solutions that you can maintain your customer list in long run. So repeat customer drives revenue, basically. So this is like 60 to 70% of revenue come from repeat customers, because this is food business. As long as you maintain that authentic quality of your restaurant, you're pretty much winning your customer for their lifetime, I would say. What the main determining factor in your revenue is like how consistent you gotta be to retain that customer for a long period of time without ruining their experience. So you gotta be consistent there. So what I mean by that, basically the way your servants or every actor operating on the restaurant gotta be like up to the standard to make the experience smooth. So this is huge part in retaining a customers basically. The other one is online presence is often weak. So most restaurants they have poor website if they even have one. So they just put some pictures, so pretty much brochure on the internet, I would say. So it doesn't do you any good basically. So they are not optimized with. They heavily rely on only Instagrams and delivery apps. Basically, as a business owner, you cannot just rely on third party and where you lose control of your business. So this is not the right direction. It's out there to leverage, but not to lean on 100%. What if tomorrow Instagram change their policy or do something about it? You're gonna lose all your market if you rely on. So third-party dependency is out there, and the other one is speed is equivalent to money. Can't order quickly, they leave basically. So you gotta give like fluent experience for your clients to place an order. So whether it could be online or a website or over the phone, you gotta just direct them so that their experience gonna be smooth. Yeah, review makes or breaks them basically. So everybody nowadays just moving and they just go to Google and type restaurant near me, and that's where Google algorithm kick in and give you a list of top ranking restaurant on that demarcation basically based on their review. So this review has huge impact on just what you're seeing as a list of options for your restaurant search. So I know this is game changer. Restaurant need to boost their review by any means possible. One way is pretty much after you serve your customer, you have to make collecting review very smooth and straightforward. That means you need to have something they can just scan and leave a review right away. You don't want them to leave and text them or do something. That's why they're gonna forget about it and maybe losing their joy when the time goes by. But when they are just having delicious meal right away, they have QR code in front where they can scan and review fresh experience on the Google My Business page, basically. So that's one way. And what if it is online order? The other option is like when they put their information, you are already capturing their phone number. So pretty much after you gotta wait like one hour or half an hour, depending on your situation, you can fire text saying, okay, I know you enjoyed our food. If that's the case, please leave us your honest review on this link. And you're gonna send them your Google My Business review link. And guess what? You are just stepping up the ladder of review. So whenever someone search restaurant near me, you're gonna be dominating that search. So this is a heavy, and there is no structured marketing the restaurant business are following. So they just randomly post here and there, mainly word of mouth and discounts and stuff like that. But there is no funnel, no automation, no follow-up basically. So let's say you have coupon running as a campaign, but that doesn't mean like everybody who claim their coupon gonna use it. So you need to have a mechanism to follow up them. So basically, okay, this guy got my coupon, but he didn't redeem or just use it. So I need to chase him so that he can just use the advantage basically. So there is no automation that is more intentional and market driven. So these are basically traditional way of doing things. Nowadays, use funnel that just guides the customers throughout their purchase or sales cycle basically, and you have automation that you can fire based on the activities the clients acting upon, and follow-ups. So as everybody knows, the fortune is on follow-up, so you gotta make that intentional. So there is high competition on a restaurant space and low differentiation. So basically, many restaurants, similar food, customers choose based on convenience, price, and review. So if you don't maintain this as your competitive advantage, pretty much nowadays they can get the same kind of food in multiple places. So you gotta be like put yourself out of the crowd so that you can be visible in your market space. Peak hour defines success basically. So you need to have events that you throw to compensate that basically. So some hours are slow, some hours are busy, but if you rely on that peak hours alone, you're losing much of the rent. Doesn't stop on non-peak hours, so you need to leverage those hours. One of the things is like you can launch a campaign for that specific period of time, or you can launch happy hours for that windows, and there are so many factors that you can use basically. So these are the core functionalities, the core success determining factor that the restaurant business vertical is heavily rely on. They need to aware of this to as a problem, and that this need to be solved. So how as OmniSaaS Global, so how are we solving this? So as you can see, the problem is very wide, and you cannot just give them one solution and expect something happen on their business. That's not working. Basically, you cannot give them a website, but there is no follow-up behind the scene or in the background. So that doesn't help them. Basically, that is like when you bring to the same concept to the restaurant, is you give them like some kind of ingredients and expect to make them something, but that's not gonna work. It gotta be complete and everything, right? So that's why OmniSaaS Global focus on system rather than tool. So we provide the entire restaurant marketing system that address basically the following points. So let me demonstrate what I mean by that, taking one of our clients that we work recently. So let me share my screen again. So this is Ethiopian restaurant. So we provide marketing solution for their restaurants. So we at OmniSaaS Global, we think that a website is a central place for all of your business activity. Pretty much people come here and can tell something about what your business look like. Basically, they can really judge you with your appearance here, basically. So this is good looking branded websites with their logo and everything, their social, hours of operations, direction. Basically, everything is here developed pretty much with the customers in mind. Basically, when somebody visits this website, what they are thinking, what they are looking for, basically. So you try to help them to make their life easy. So here are the main things. So people come here to see how the restaurant is working, or if they already know the restaurant, they come right away and they can order online food, make a reservation, or just go directly to their menu. And if they are interested on breakfast or combo meals, veggie, if they are vegetarian, they don't want to go somewhere else, they can just. But some people who are new can come and explore everything. So pretty much they can go to their menu and see all the foods the restaurant have, the ratings and everything. They can just browse and see who are the owners, how are their reputation and everything. So pretty much they can come here and if they want to contact, they gonna click here, put on their information, and yeah, they are expecting something back, basically. So you in your website you capture this information. Pretty much they are expecting some kind of text or email. So that's what I mean by that. If this is a brochure on the internet, this doesn't do anything, but like there has to be some communication behind the scene. So when you came and trying to reserve, you put your information here. Let's say I'm just using mailing phone number. So, okay, there is validation on the phone as well. So pretty much they came here. You have 1 hour reservation slot. It could be like 2 hours depending on the traffic, and they pick their date. So if they want to reserve today, so they can select, and pretty much they can get confirmation and add to their calendar as a reminder. So this is pretty much full contact functionality. So this captures, and they're gonna get confirmation from the client saying, okay, we confirm your booking, basically, and everything. So, and after that, when the time reaches, they could send like a reminder that your table is ready, and then you can come like 50 minutes before, or some kind of reminder. So the worst thing is like somebody book a table and they don't show up. That's like that doesn't do you anything. So the only way that you minimize is just by follow-up. So that's why basically the fortune is in follow-up. So there has to be some automation running. And the other one is they can come here and order online. So they came here, they can pretty much filter their food, and they can basically add to cart, view carts, so check out, and put on their information here. So let me use the restaurant address so that I can show you one thing basically. So this restaurant can use their delivery system. They can just deliver the food rather than relying on Uber or DoorDash. So pretty much within a certain radius of the restaurant, they can just deliver for a certain amount. For example, for this restaurant, we are charging around about $5 within 10 miles radius. So when people order, the delivery charge applies directly. And let's say we're gonna use fake card for 1229 in the future, fake code and zip ID. So here you can make sure that if all the details. So what did I miss? Okay, so they're gonna put straightforward. This widget is pretty much similar to what you have in Amazon or other e-commerce website basically. So this is the same experience that every fluent across the board. So here they can add a little extra. Basically, these are in Ethiopian restaurant case, there are some add-ons that you can put, basically extra injera, extra awaze, or extra tajor, something like that. So after they place their order, they can do like add-ons. Basically, let's add coffee and samosa. Let's say samosa. All right, so they do their add-ons. After that, when they're ready to check out, pretty much their samosa, their coffee, and dullet come in pretty much their total, and everything going to be calculated, and you have thank you and you receive a confirmation email. So pretty much I can show you that at this point they're getting a receipt for their order, and this is like from the client side. So pretty much at this point the client get their receipt, but what about the merchant? So the we have automation in place to notify the merchant saying, okay, Mr. Henok placed an order of dullet, coffee, and samosa. So get out the order, here the receipt, and notify him that you start working on his food. Basically, this directly goes to the kitchen, and when they start working, they have pipeline. Basically, they move saying, we start working on your food, and it's gonna be around about 15 minutes. So they're gonna wait, and if they're away from the restaurant, they can drive depending on the time and wait there until their food is ready for pickup. They're gonna get another notification when the food is ready for pickup, and they just go inside the restaurant and complete their order. Basically, that's one route. The other route is, let's say people order outside of that range, basically. So you don't want to drive like 50 miles and stuff like that. On that case, we are just working only on delivery. For the best bet for the client is either you use DoorDash or UberEats in that scenario to streamline everything, or otherwise you can just come and pick up yourself, or we can order Uber on behalf of you, basically. So that's also an option. So this gives you how the entire process is streamlined from the front end, where the client see all the menus and do some activities, that goes all the way to the back end, and how things are working in system. That's what I mean by that. We are providing a system, not a tool. People want to sell you tool that doesn't do anything, basically. So rather, you need to install a marketing solution for your business. So the other thing is, we provide a smartphone number that is A2P approved. That means our system fire text on behalf of you. You don't want to do, okay, your order is ready, come and pick it up, or something like that. Anything we automate, the system fire text on behalf of you. That's like less overhead on managing your operation. And the other one is IVR, basically. So we put that number on your Google My Business profile. When they call you, they could be calling you for catering. They could be calling you for order. They could be calling you to follow up on existing order. It could be for a reservation. So you need to route them in different paths depending on your staff or your human capacity. Basically, you can route this call to this person, this call. So we streamline the whole system for you so that it works for you, not against you. So that's what I'm been saying. We are MSP, marketing service providers, not agency. We are 100% anti-agency when it comes to providing marketing solutions. So that's why we are organized our offer so that it's gonna be less overhead for you to work with us, and pretty much we stay with you as long as you are happy with us. So let me show you the offer that I have for you guys. The first one is pretty much the smart QR offer. That is pretty much where so nowadays QR is intensively being used. So this is a product you purchase as an introduction to OmniSaaS Global, basically. So it's less overhead, monthly fee around about $10 if you have 5 restaurants per se, before you jump into the next tier, which is $49. But with $10, you can have QR code for your offer, QR code for your menu, QR code for your review, QR code for your business card. And so we have QR code that we provide per location, but on this offer, pretty much that gives you an opportunity also to join OmniSaaS Global membership. So where you know more about the internal stuff of OmniSaaS Global. This is a smart QR system that we provide as a welcome to OmniSaaS. The other one is foot in the door offer, FITD offer that we call. So this is like a foundation for OmniSaaS Global. For example, we provide you a website. We believe website is a foundation for your marketing or your brand, basically. So everything. For example, you have social. Let me go back to the home page and show you exactly what I mean by that. So how things are incorporated here. So they have direct feed from Google My Business. So these are whenever new review come, we post it here, and as well as the existing review. So this is integrated. This happen in your website. In traditional website, you cannot do that. The other thing is you have your social pretty much here. People can directly go to your social, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you have capital on, basically. So they can directly go here. And so these kind of things are the foundation that we provide, we believe our clients need before they jump into our core offer. Core offer is pretty much our third offer that OmniSaaS provide. So for our foot in the door offer, we can deliver. We have a 24-hour activation campaign going on right now that we can spin up your foot in the door offer within 24 hours. That's done with you, where we jump in a call and set everything up with you. And as soon as we get everything we need, we go ahead and our teams are ready to build your foundation from there and deliver it on the next day. Pretty much you don't have to wait for 2 to 3 weeks to get your marketing system up and running. So that's a big differentiating factor of OmniSaaS Global from other MSP providers. We are not agency. I'm gonna put that up front for you guys. So these are about our foot in the door offer. The core offer is pretty much where you intensively work on a particular feature where you want to dominate your space. So the core offer pretty much, if I go to OmniSaaS Global, so these are all the verticals that we work on. For example, we cover restaurant. We took on this vertical group, restaurant and the bars. Coffee goes here, restaurant, bars, bakeries, hotels, steakhouse, and they have similar requirement, and they are demanding similar solution. So that's why we group them. So you came here, you select your vertical, and let's say you work with us on the core offers, and now everything is in place. Now you want to jump into like aggressively work on OmniReach. That's where you just select one of our service where you can aggressively work on to dominate your marketing space. That could be like running ads. Basically, one of the main factor that determines how successful your ad campaign is strong is your foundation. Let's say you have nice ad running and making leads left and right like crazy, but if you're not ready to consume or to convert them, you're basically wasting your money in a thing that is not leveraging your effort, basically. So because your foundation is stable now, you can able to maximize your investment by jumping into these core offers of OmniSaaS Global. So these are like heavily invested on AI features and everything that you need to dominate your verticals. So we have OmniReach, OmniLead, OmniSales, OmniCost, OmniDesk, OmniTrust. So these are the 6 Omni core offers that you need to select. So there are a process that we take to help you navigate through this. Basically, we need to audit your system to identify the gaps and the potential opportunity that we can work immediately. You don't need everything at once. Basically, we identify the immediate one and park the other for down the line. And the other one is, after we do the audit, we're gonna have a strategic call where we align on things and your investments and everything, basically. So, and we let you know how long it's gonna take and the expectations. And after that, we need to activate you to the system so that you cannot just leave it alone. Basically, we give you a Ferrari, but if you don't know how to drive, basically that's gonna be an issue, right? So we're gonna train and activate your system and all those things. Basically, that takes its time to implement this. So these have their own price points, basically. So our core offer starts with $497 as a startup, and we have Pro plan for $697 and Enterprise plan for $897. So these are monthly recurring price, and the only difference, you are getting the same thing on all the three tiers, whichever you choose. We are not discriminating. Okay, you are getting limited functionality here and more here. No, it's not like that. So the only difference on this price is your consumption, basically. So like I said, we are using smartphone that you can communicate with SMS with your client. Like nowadays, everybody's on their phone, and we believe, depending on the business, of course, but texts are heavily addressable compared to emails. So I know some verticals are heavily into email as a nature of their business, but some are, for example, if you are in HVAC and on the field, there is less time for you to go in to check your email. But if you have text, you can just see that in the work. So we heavily rely on SMS for those kind of business. So you are getting credit for the plan you are in. For example, if you are in the startup, you are getting 1,000 SMS credit and 1,000 email per month, basically. So if your consumption is within that range, there is no point for you to pay like $697 and you fell under this email credit. So your bills consistently going to be around about 500. But let's say if you have more SMS that you are using, we have like limited, we have like charge associated with your SMS. So pretty much that add up, and this, whatever you are paying here, could be equivalent to here or more, a little bit more. So logically, it makes sense for you to be on this plan when your consumption is on that range, basically. So we follow consumption-based plan here. The other one is, like I said, it takes some time for execution. So we're gonna need upfront 5,000 one-time setup fee. That we go ahead and start implementing your business. So you're gonna come and let's say we iron out working on OmniReach. So you're gonna to pay 5,000 to get us started. And once we complete your deliver on your product, that's where you're being charged for the monthly recurring revenue, basically $497, $697, and so for every added feature, you have to pay 5,000. And let's say you're working on everything, all the features, that like 6 times 5,000, that's around about the complete systems, and that takes like that much effort for us to deliver. And the seventh feature is like Omni Partners. So pretty much this is where we directly involve on your company as expert advisor or consultant per se. You're gonna be billed around about the same amount for that one as well. So those are the things in core offer. I would say that's all that I would like to discuss on restaurant verticals. Let me see if there is any question on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Pretty much I'm addressing the comment on Facebook. So yeah, that's pretty much it from our end. I'll let you go, and let me do some playback for you before I let you go. Thank you. Have a good day. Cheers.
The playbook for growing a local business online is simple. Capture new leads, conversationally convert those leads into sales, turn those customers into positive reviews, and then reactivate those customers into repeat buyers. And that's exactly what our platform does. In order to consistently generate new leads, you first need to be found. The quickest way to get search engines like Google to put your business at the top of search results is by having a steady flow of positive reviews. With our platform, you can show up in search and stand apart from your local competition by easily collecting new customer reviews through text. But getting found is only the beginning. Most consumers choose the first business that responds to them. So unless you start conversations with potential customers almost instantly, they'll go somewhere else. That's why we make starting conversations with website visitors as easy as clicking a button, connecting you instantly through text message so the conversation doesn't end when they leave your website. And we bring all your leads, no matter where they come from, into a single conversation stream that supports text, email, video messaging, Google Business Chats, and even Facebook and Instagram DMs, so you can respond faster and more efficiently than ever. When it comes to turning all those conversations into customers, we make collecting payments just another convenient part of the combo, so you get paid faster no matter how they prefer to pay. Next, you'll want to turn your new customers into happy reviews, which is a snap with our new review request quick actions. The more conversations and customers you generate, the easier it becomes to drive repeat business. We make reactivating contacts into customers as easy as, yup, you guessed it, the push of a button. With bulk actions, you can send out text and email campaigns to generate new sales whenever you have a new update, promotion, or story to tell. We make modern online marketing simple. Let's start growing your business today.